Hey everybody, Mark Comfort here, and this seminar or webinar is actually about our one and only Royal Family trip this year. And a Royal Family trip, if you've not heard, gosh, it was probably close to 25 years ago, a quarter of a century ago. Mimi and I were in Ephesus, Turkey, actually, with a group. And our guide, to get our attention, started calling us Royal Family, Royal Family. And it just kind of hit. I thought, oh, I like it. That just sounds good. So when Mimi and I host a group, ever since then, for the last 25 years, it's called the Royal Family Group. And so that's when Mimi and I host a group, and we have a surprise or two for you every time we do a Royal Family Group. And I can't tell you what that is. If I did, it wouldn't be a surprise. Now, we have researched over our 36 years in business, and statistically, the best time to get the fall foliage color changes are the last part of September and the first part of October. So, you know, that can change every year, but we held this group space, goodness gracious, 18 to 20 months ago to be able to get this time, because most everybody else knows that too. And so we held it before anybody else did, and I appreciate Regent working with us. Regent Seven Seas Cruise Lines is the cruise line we're using, and they are literally, they just won an award in December for the best small luxury all-inclusive cruise ship and cruise line in the world. So they are really, really good. If you've ever cruised Regent, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, let me just tell you, you're going to be spoiled. Now, yes, you'll be spending some of your kids' inheritance. There's no doubt about that. As we have and will be doing. We joined the ski club, spending your kids' inheritance. And the reality is, oh gosh, you're going to be so impressed with this cruise line. And I think it's the perfect cruise line to do this Canada, New England itinerary. Now, I have done this twice before, and I loved it. And man, one time we hit the colors just perfect. The other time we didn't hit it quite perfect. We were a little early. But the reality is, when we hit it perfect that one time, it was, oh my gosh darn. I mean, the colors were spectacular. Those maple leaves, when they turn colors up there, are even more spectacular than they are in this area of the country in fall. So this, we call it the prime time for fall foliage, fall color changes. And my wife has never been to this part of the world. She's never been on this Canada, New England destination. So she's as excited as you or anybody else. Now, we have several people going that have been there before, and they just know that it's a beautiful destination. It's close to home. By the way, those of you that maybe do not know my wife or do not know a little bit of her story, 2 years ago on February 6th, she had open heart surgery and had 3 bypasses done. And since then, down in Quito, Ecuador, she had to have a pacemaker put in. So right now she's a little kind of nervous about going too far away and into places that maybe the healthcare isn't the best or the medical care isn't the best. So that is exactly why we have selected this particular destination as well as this particular cruise line. And you heard me say it earlier that it's an all-inclusive, small luxury cruising. 756 passengers, that's all. But the ship, the Splendor, is their newest ship, and it is the ship that won the award for a ship for being the best ocean cruise ship in that classification, small luxury, all-inclusive. And it is all-inclusive, and that is a big, big deal. So when you see the pricing, remember, your tours are included. Every room is a suite. Some suites have butlers. Premium unlimited beverages. I'll go through all this. No gratuities. Gratuities are included. Free Wi-Fi, free valet laundry, just really almost everything. We'll go through that also. Value for the dollar at the end of your vacation. Everybody that we always have that goes on Regent says, man, the value comes in at the very end when you've had such incredible service, such incredible food, and honestly, wait till you see the ship, it's spectacular. But the destination is second to none. And here is a destination that, being on a smaller ship, is a real good thing, real good thing. Okay, so it's this September 30th through October 11th. Oh, I want to tell you, I'll tell you at the end, but there is a promotion that the Regent Seven Seas Cruise Line is offering us to offer you right now, which is basically a 2-category upgrade. We can go over all that with you, but that's through the end of the month. And we have an $800 onboard credit for you. Now, that's per stateroom. And everybody says, well, if it's all inclusive, what do we use it for? I don't know. How about a massage or 2 or 3 or something at the gift shop or whatever it might be? Believe me, I know you'll find a way to be able to use that $800. So let me go through this right now. We will start in Montreal. And if you book a concierge suite or above, you will get a free night stay at the 5-star hotel that Regent is putting their guest up. And I'm not sure what they haven't named the hotel yet, but it'll be one of the best, if not the best, hotels in all of Montreal. So this will be the start. And then we have a full day. We'll board the ship on September 30th. And we spend that night in Montreal too. And again, all the shore excursions are included. So, but I'm going to go through this itinerary first so you see it. One of my favorite cities in all of North America, I've got 2, honestly, maybe 3. Quebec is number 1, and Vancouver or Victoria on the other side of the country of Canada is 2 and 3. This is the Frontenac Hotel. This is where the ship docks, right in the heart of the old French feeling old city of Quebec City. And gosh, it is a spectacular place. And this is one of the, I mean, this itinerary really it's a fantastic itinerary, but I can promise you this, from a scenery and a feel of old-fashioned France, old world France, whatever you like to call it. You know, Quebec is not only a city, but it's also a province, and it's the French speaking and the French feel culture in Canada. Okay, then the next day we will head up the St. Lawrence Seaway. When I say head up, it'd be north and east. And we'll go through the St. Lawrence Seaway, and we're going to get into places like, and forgive me, I can't pronounce these quite right, Sept-Îles, Quebec, that's the province. On one side of the harbor here, or the bay, is, or the seaway, is Canada, and the other side is the United States. And again, now picture this when the fall color changes, like I just showed you there. We picked this picture to show you what some of the colors can look like. By the way, you might want to go have high tea at the Frontenac too. It's, I think, $50 a person, so drink a lot of tea. Okay, then we go on up the St. Lawrence Seaway. I love this picture because everybody that does this, I did it when I did it. The St. Lawrence Seaway is special, and I mean, my gosh, Captain James Cook came here in the, what was it, 1767, something like that, and was the first sailor to map out this seaway. They thought it was a route to the Pacific. They found out it wasn't to the Pacific, but it did get them to the Great Lakes. Okay, the other thing that this time of the year is really good, it not only the fall color changes, but usually wildlife is plentiful. And it hasn't gotten cold yet like it does in Canada a lot. And although the weather is starting to turn, and when that happens, oh, the bear are out, the birds are out foraging, trying to get into winter shape, if you will. So these are the puffins. Lynette Talge, our group coordinator, this is her favorite bird by a long shot. And I think Nicole Busenbark, who put this presentation together, it must be her favorite bird, at least in this area. Also, humpback whales. This is a big time of the year for whales up in this area. So we put that picture in there, and that's a great picture, isn't it? Oh. So wildlife, I think, will be great. Scenery, of course, is the other thing that you'll just be amazed. Some of the most beautiful scenery, again, in the Americas, without a doubt. You know, maybe the Canadian Rockies is the only other part of Canada, in my way of thinking, that's more beautiful than this. Perhaps the Yukon area too. Then we go to Corner Brook. Again, a lot more scenic and few people in this area. But when we start making the bend, and we're up through the St. Lawrence Seaway and we start making the turn to get into the Atlantic, we'll go to Halifax. And also this is, you guys know, when you get out there on the ocean, some of the lighthouses in this area, Peggy's Cove, you've probably heard of that, and all these lighthouses are just famous in this area. But Halifax has oh my gosh, it's incredible history there, both ancient history and newer history. It's got one of the largest natural bays in the world, and so a lot of the military vessels would go there for repair, for refueling, for leave for the sailors, both in World War I and World War II. In fact, there's a tremendous history, I'm not going to spoil it for you now, that you will find out about Halifax. And you may or may not know this, but if you're a Titanic fan, the biggest Titanic museum with the most artifacts and things from the Titanic in the world is in Halifax, okay? So it's the old fishing village, and yet it's a new, more modern city too, as you see, you know, right there in these pictures. Okay, and right in this area, the Bay of Fundy, there's an island called St. John's, which again, I remember it as just breathtakingly beautiful. And I can just imagine when these trees are turning colors, how even more beautiful it'll be than what it was when you see it right here with all the trees being green. Mimi and I have anniversaried in Bar Harbor a couple times. Matter of fact, if you look at this picture, see that hotel on the far left? That's one of the times we were up there. We stayed in that hotel, but it is a charming, charming, charming fishing village, seacoast area. This will be, I think, a highlight for everybody. And I love this picture taken higher up because you can see where the trees are just now starting to turn. It is beautiful, just so beautiful. The other thing, I think you probably know this, if you're a lobster lover, the New England area, this area that we will be on, oh my gosh, maybe arguably the best lobster in the world. So you're gonna love that part of it. Okay, so we end up in Boston, by the way, after Bar Harbor, and you can either fly out, or if you want to stay in Boston or that area, you most certainly can do it. By the way, since Mimi and I've been to Bar Harbor, Arcadia National Forest is there, and we have not been through there, and everybody that ever has says it's one of the most beautiful forests. I think it's a national park, as a matter of fact, and that's one of the excursion offers that Regent Seven Seas has. Okay, let's go through the again, the ship and the cruise line. The Splendor is the name of the ship, Regent Seven Seas, and the Splendor is that newest of their entire fleet, 756 people, all suites, all inclusive, 6 restaurants. 4 of them would be what you probably have heard as specialty restaurants, and the other 2 are a little bit bigger. That is your main dining, and they're all beautiful. And there is no extra charge for the specialty restaurants. In fact, Mimi and I will make, we're checking right now to see, we're going to take everybody to 1 or 2 at least of the special restaurants as a group. And we might have to split people up and we might not. That's up to Regent as to whether they will allow us to do that. Okay, so let's talk about again what's included in the price. Again, like I said, in essence, everything. And it is known totally as a luxury cruise line. So the prepaid gratuities, you know, every time I see the word free, I remember I had a customer years ago for an all-inclusive, beautiful product. And I told him, I said, everything's free. He goes, Mark, it's not free, it's prepaid. And that's right, that's right. So just think about it. But I do know I don't like to be nickel and dimed. And I bet you don't either. And you won't be on this cruise ship. So the prepaid gratuities, the unlimited shore excursions, unlimited beverages, including great wine, fine wines and spirits. There are some really exclusive, even more, the highest shelf alcohol and champagnes and things like that, that there will be a charge for. If you so want to use your $800 onboard credit for that, you sure can. Again, I told you the specialty restaurants are included, the Wi-Fi is included, unlimited, by the way, and that's a big deal. And the valet laundry service, we tell everybody, have your laundry done at the end of the cruise and you won't have to do it. They'll do it for you. You won't have to do it when you get home. Okay, I want to just run through and show you the beauty and the class that this ship is and offers. I just love the lounges. I just think this lounge, and I've been on the ship, so I know it's fabulous, but this is one of my favorite lounges here. They also have entertainment. We'll talk about that in a minute. So there are 6 dining options on board, like I said, 4 small specialty rooms like this. Isn't that a beautiful one? I want to try to get this one for us all. This is the one I've asked for first for the whole group, because gosh, with it staying light later too at dusk, it's so beautiful. Be cruising through mountain ranges a good part of the time when we go up the St. Lawrence Seaway, and when we're in Halifax and St. John's, Bay of Fundy, and Halifax all the way down to Boston, we'll be able to see some gorgeous scenery. Okay, here, another one of the specialty restaurants. Okay, now all the rooms are suites, and the difference is the size and how they're set up, whether they have a separate seating area like this does too. This is one of the, I believe, superior suites. And again, remember when I said, when you go to the concierge suites, you will get access to a butler and you'll get a free night stay at the hotel in Montreal the day before we board the ship. We'll go over all that with you. Lynette and Ashley and myself can help you with it, any and all of this. One of the highlights on any ship, I think, is the chandeliers like you see here. I have no idea how much money that costs, but it's breathtaking, honestly. And then walking up or down the staircase is just old world cruising luxury. It's just fabulous. Okay, this is another thing, and I've done this. We took this ship from Venice, Italy to Athens, Greece along the Dalmatian coastline. And we did this with our group, and there was a charge to it, but it was fabulous. This is a culinary class, and it's led by a world famous chef. I don't know who it'll be. They have different chefs on almost every cruise, and they teach you their tricks of the trade on how to, whatever it is that they're teaching you how to make that day. So this is fun. This is really fun. And of course, you have drinks that go with it. And they do give it prime real estate. It's so beautiful. Okay, there is a casino on board, you see. There's a cigar smoking connoisseur club, cigars and cognac. The theater, the Constellation Theater, so they do have entertainment on a nightly basis. And again, that's because this ship is big enough it's got fabulous, one of the best space ratios is what it's called of any ship in the world, but it's big enough to have a theater on board to give you the entertainment that you probably know of from other cruise lines that specialize in entertainment. The Meridian Lounge, the Observation Lounge, the Splendor Lounge, you won't have to go far without, to get something to drink, whether it's a cocktail, whether it's a glass of wine, whether it's coffee, specialty coffees of any kind. They have it all throughout and it's all included. Okay, so let's go through the pricing. And when we have the pricing, everything's based on double occupancy. So if it's a solo rate, just get a hold of us and we can quote you on what that solo rate would be. Now, remember, there's a 2-category upgrade going on right now that Regent has as a promotion for you through the end of February. So if you're interested, I really advise you, please call us now, ask for the group department, Lynette, Ashley, or myself, and we can go over this with you. The lowest price category on the ship, and they all have verandas, okay, outside balconies. And so the veranda suite category H is the lowest. So in this case, if you pay that category H, you get upgraded to the deluxe veranda suite. And everybody says, what's the difference between G2 and G1, F2, F1, E's and D's? And it's just the location on the ship. And we can work with you on where they are. And by the way, with the deposit, we can actually hold that stateroom for you. And then we'll help you with air, we'll help you with travel insurance, all of that. The deposit, as you see, is $2,770. Now, I do want you to know this. They do, we asked for a lot. That $800 was a big deal, and one of the extra surprises that we've got for you. But what happens is then they negotiate how we are to pay them. So they want to save the 3.5%, right, on numbers this big. So they've asked us to be check or wiring, not credit cards. You can pay a credit card with a credit card. It's just 3.5% more. Okay. And again, that's our number down on the bottom, 816 area code 505-1500, 505-1500. You can email us if you have questions, groups@cruiseholidays.kc.travel. If you're watching this, we have a link set up that you can send it to friends if you want to invite friends or family to go with you. This webinar will also be on our website, cruiseholidays.kc.com, cruiseholidays.kc.com, and just go to hosted groups and you'll find this Canada, New England, or you can call any of our people and we can send you the link if you'd like. Okay. And with that said, boy, Mimi and I would love to have you go with us. It's a perfect time of the year in fall for the fall foliage color changes. I think you're going to be so impressed with what you'll see that way. Great time for wildlife, right? Especially those puffins. And by the way, some of these places up there, I've read all about it, have, gosh, one place has, I think 23 different kind of birds. So my wife in COVID became a bird nerd, so she will love to see all the different unique birds in this area too. But the whales, everybody loves whales, right? And I think this will be a great time to see the humpback whales especially. And by the way, there's whale tours all the time, just like what we showed you earlier. I'll go back through this again. And final payment, by the way, will be on May 5th, okay? And then what we will do, we will have everybody that is going with us in the first part of September, probably right after Labor Day. We will get everybody together. And if there's people out of town, we'll offer a Zoom also, so you can hear what we have to say. We'll pass out the documents for the cruise, and we'll go through the dress code, which on Regent, it's not a formal dress code. It's a business casual, business or resort, business elegant, resort casual, whatever you want. During the day, it's whatever you want. At night, it's a little more dressy, but not too dressy. For example, Mimi has a beautiful pantsuit and several just great black dresses. Most all of her nice clothes are black, right? And so she'll wear that. I will take a sports coat, not a suit, a sports coat, and not a tie. Okay. And you know, you're with us, you're with our group. So you're gonna not have to worry about that at all, but we'll go over that in much more detail. We'll also go over weather conditions, what you should take, whether it's rain gear or whatever. And we can review that all with you. And then what we do is we take your picture with your permission and we make a cheat sheet. So we'll have your picture with your name under it, and we'll give that to everybody before we go on the cruise, so you can check. If you're like me, it really helps to see a picture of somebody and then see their name with that picture. That is, it's the way I memorize and learn people's names. Okay. Everything's included. Travel insurance and air are your responsibility since this is in North America. We can help you with that, or if you have points or miles, you can sure use that yourself too. Don't forget about that 2-category upgrade. That is a big deal on Regent, okay? And again, that's through the end of February. Okay, I appreciate so much. There's that humpback whale. I love that picture. Oh my gosh, would I love to see that. I've seen a lot of whales, and that's one of the best pictures I've ever seen. Well, anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll join us, and you'll find out what the Royal Family trips are like if you haven't been on one. If you have been on one with us, you know that Mimi and I, we are really great at ice breaking. We're really great at making you feel included. And it's your vacation. We understand that. So you do not have to eat with a group every night. We know that's not going to happen. But there's always somebody to eat with if you want to, or somebody to meet and have a drink with, whatever it might be, somebody to go on the shore excursions. That's the other thing. We will tell you the shore excursions that Mimi and I are going to do. And then you have the right, if you so desire, to go with us on those shore excursions or to do whatever it is you'd rather do. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. And I just want to tell you, this is November 14th was our 36th year in business. And Mimi and I really sincerely appreciate your business. We appreciate your referrals. That's how we've become one of the largest cruise specialists in the entire United States. And we had, if I can brag for a second, we had in January of this year, 2025, the biggest month in sales that we've ever had in our 36-year history, which, by the way, is 434 months. And January was our biggest month ever. So thank you for your business and for your referrals. I hope you'll join us. I can promise you this, you're going to love the experience. Mimi and I know almost everybody going on the trip, and they're all really great people, fun people to travel with. You know, we don't allow non-fun people to go, and we break the ice. We make it easy for everybody to get to know everybody and to enjoy your experience. So we hope you'll join us. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care. Oh, call us at 816-505-1500. Ask for the group department. Lynette or Ashley can tell you what cabins are available. The $2,770 deposit that's per person will allow us to hold that stateroom for you. Okay, thanks so much.